Fun FM.
It's a lovely good afternoon to you and welcome to your business snapshot, where we take a look at what is happening on the Forex board as well as news surrounding business items in and around the world. First, the Forex board. One United States dollar is buying at 23 kwacha 27 ngwe, selling at 23 kwacha 65 ngwe. The Great British Pound is buying at 31 kwacha 7 ngwe, selling at 31 kwacha 14 ngwe. The Euro is buying at 26 kwacha 61 ngwe, selling at 26 kwacha 67 ngwe. One South African rand is buying at 1 kwacha 28 ngwe, selling at 1 kwacha 28 ngwe. Well, we take a look at what is happening on the local front as far as your business stories is concerned. Now, Oil Marketing Companies Association of Zambia President Kafula Mvanga says the recent conflict involving US, Israel and Iran will not affect fuel price in the country. The US on Sunday launched an attack against 3 Iranian nuclear sites. Now, the strike were launched as Israel and Iran continued to attack each other. Now, this has led to speculations in the international media that Iran might retaliate for the US a strike on the nuclear facility by closing the world's busiest shipping channel, Strait of Hormuz. Now, this could disrupt international trade and drive up oil prices. However, in an interview on Monday, Kafula said the recent appreciation of the kwacha against major currencies will help absorb any potential price increase of this nature. Now, in some other news as well, Commerce and Trade Minister Chipoka Mlenga is urging economist markets players to reduce commodity price, citing the consistent drop in fuel price and kwacha appreciation over the last 3 months. And ShopRite General Manager Charles Botha says the chain store has been having discussion with its suppliers and consumers to see if at all they can reduce some prices. Now, he's reaffirmed saying there is an anticipation of price reduction of goods in the coming month once the cycle takes effect. Now, meanwhile, Zambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry Chief Executive Officer Evelyn Nasilele says the association expect its members to respond accordingly, to ensure commodity prices are reduced as anticipated by citizens. Now, speaking during a meeting with various market players, among them Zambia Association of Manufacturers and ShopRite. Well, that is with regards to the local front. We take a look at what is happening on the international scene. Well, obviously, the tension between Iran and Israel is what is making news mostly on the international scene, and this has not left Qatar in any way. Now, airlines have been cancelled or rerouted flights to and from the Middle East as conflict between Israel and Iran raged. Now, Qatar Doha Airport is a crucial hub of regional halted operation on Monday after Iran fired missiles at the U.S. military base in the country. Now, in what is said to be a retaliation for the American strike against the nuclear site over the weekend. Now, flights were temporarily paused at Doha Airport, one of the biggest terminals in the United Arab Emirates, and it's the busiest if you were to ask me. And more than a dozen airlines have been cancelled flights that are supposed to be flying around the Middle East. And well, a cancellation of more flights has been communicated to the passengers who are supposed to be using these flights. Now, in some other stories, oil price fall nearly 4% despite the escalation of the conflict in the Middle East. Now, over the weekend, the United States bombed nuclear site in Iran, which prompted a retaliatory attack by the Iranians on a U.S. In response, the price of Brent crude oil rose to its highest in 5 months after market opened in London, but it fell back to a mid-morning, and it was hovering around $74 at the end of the trading day in the United States. On the oil trading in the US also fell sharply by around 7% to about 68 per barrel. Now, in other analyses where they're saying the rising geopolitical tension was largely down to the scale of Iran's response in them trying to close the Strait of Hormuz. If they did this definitely was going to make sure that a lot of people would suffer as far as the oil price is concerned. Now, to you who's wondering what the Strait of Hormuz is all about, that a number of countries get to use in transporting their oil to different parts of the world. So if they decided to say, we're closing this, no ship is going to come from the other side to the other side, definitely a lot of countries that do not have sufficient oil, that are depending or banking on the oil that they've imported, would definitely suffer. Well, this seeks to speak to the first story that we read, that is coming from the Oil Marketing Association of Zambia, saying due to the dollar appreciating, it would definitely absorb any disruption in the price of oil. Well, we wait and anticipate that that does not happen, that which the international media is reporting, saying we're expecting it to rise. We're hoping for the best, and we hope that we see the price of fuel in Zambia continue to drop. Well, with that story, we get to wrap up our business snapshot for today. It's 13:11. In just a bit, we'll definitely be picking your calls on 0955-855-953. That'll be on your press review. Good afternoon for now.
The Business Snapshot on 88.5 Sun FM.
Warm your winter with the heated FIFA Club World Cup Showdown